Well, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of Duke's Daily. And trying to get in a quick one here. I've had a bit of a funky schedule the last few days, working from 2 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 in the morning. Have a job at Costco. So they moved me to the bakery. And so I've been having to help with the mass production of pumpkin pies. Pumpkin pies, you ask? Well, it is Thanksgiving Day weekend here in Canada. And just like some of our American friends, we take it quite seriously. It's probably one of our biggest holidays, the biggest holiday, I think, for the whole country, because it doesn't really have any religious connotations. And hey, we can all be thankful for what we have. So that's what I've been doing. As you can see, I don't even know. I got something red in my eye. I don't even know where that come from. But anyway, my hardships is nothing to be discussed here on a sports show. So anyway, Major League Baseball begins tonight with the championship series. The St. Louis Cardinals hosting the Washington Nationals, and the Houston Astros will open tomorrow night against the New York Yankees. So if you didn't catch our show last night, the Sunday Night Sports guys, check in on our channel that you're on right now. Go to our video list and you will see our episode we had last night. I thought it was actually quite good. And, the guys really do a good job of research and looking up what we're talking about. And it's a lot of fun doing the show with them. So we kind of made our predictions on what we thought was going to happen. We all unanimously picked Washington to win in 6 over St. Louis. Various reasons being cited for it. You take nothing away from the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm telling you, that is a class organization. They know how to win. They're able to draw enough good talent there. They don't go too far over in terms of spending, but they've always had good personnel in judging talent. And the Cardinals are definitely one of the great all-time organizations in all of Major League Baseball, and they continue to be consistently there in their division and in making the playoffs in the National League. I think in this instance, and the reason I cited going with Washington for this particular series and winning in 6 is, to me, I think, sports is often it's not hard, it's not easy to predict, but I think there's sometimes stuff happens that makes you perk up your ears and open your eyes to the fact that maybe this is this team's year. Now, that may not result in a world championship, regardless of the sport, but it may result in getting to play for that world championship. And I think in this case, Washington, just so much is happening in its favor. They came out of the gate this season not very strong at all. 19-31, I think, was the record mentioned. And as Dave Martinez, who, there's a guy you got to tip your cap to, worked under Joe Madden for years down in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay elected to go with Kevin Cash as their manager, which didn't turn out so bad in Tampa Bay's case. But Dave Martinez definitely was a guy that should have always been considered for a head coaching job. Very smart baseball guy. And, we had the fortune of seeing him when he played for the Montreal Expos up here in Canada, during his time with the Expos. I just think I think with Washington, everybody talks about Houston. Well, I think Washington, pitching-wise, is the Houston of the National League. When you can throw Scherzer, Strasburg, and Patrick Corbin, that's not a bad trio to have there as well. Though I understand, and I haven't checked it because I just woke up here a little while ago, headed to a concert tonight, by the way. If you're a country music fan, who is it we're going to see? Holy cow. Well, there you go. Memory's terrible when you get older. I can't even remember who I'm going to see. Famous guy. Big guy. Luke Combs comes to me after a while. Oh, getting older is okay. There's good things. Granddaughter, all that. But, man, the memory's terrible. Anyway, I think Sanchez going tonight. I don't quite know. I suppose the other two must be, not ready to go. And doesn't it say something about pitchers today and how, you look back in time and guys like Bob Gibson. Now, there was a man that was a competitor. That was a guy that pitched, he pitched 3 of the 7 games. Game 1, Game 4, and Game 7. Bob, if it went that far, Bob Gibson was there. And these guys today just they've been trained to not be able to do it. I think they could. I think there's something to be said about what Nolan Ryan talked about with this whole innings limit and stuff like that. But as we know, baseball is a business, sports is a business, and guys are treated as part of their cachet, their portfolio, and so they treat them as assets, not so much as players of the game. So I'm going with, and the boys also on the panel are going with Washington in 6 on this one. Wouldn't be surprised though if St. Louis wins it. They're very capable of winning too. It's just the way they do baseball in St. Louis, and they do it right. They bring in quality character guys, and what can you say? They're constantly there. But I think in this instance, I think the starting pitching depth for Washington is going to prove very beneficial to them. Over in the American League with Houston and Los Angeles, both Bladesy and Mac have Houston winning the series. I think Blades said in 6. I didn't get a chance to check what Mac had said. I think Blades said in 7, and I think T-Mac might have been in 6, maybe. I'm going against the grain. And again, I go back to what Washington has done. It's just signs of, how they came back from the regular season. They came back against Milwaukee. They came back in this series against the Dodgers on a couple occasions, right? And there's just times when you kind of look at a team and think, you know what, maybe it's their year too. And though Houston has been very, very good, and they should be, they have home field, and they should be, deemed as the favorite in this series. The Yankees, I'll tell you, you've got to really, even as a Red Sox fan, I have to tip my cap to New York. The injuries that they accrue to such star players early on in their season, some of them guys hardly played half a season. Stanton, I can't remember how much. Judge pitched, played. Severino was gone for most of the year. And yet the guys that they brought in to fill in those slots did really well. Luke Voigt, he comes in there and has a stellar year. How about the renaissance of Brett Gardner? Whether you like the Yankees or not, or whether you like Gardner, I think Gardner has that villain, a little bit of a villain about him, which is okay. Sports needs to have villains. It's what helps us, it draws us to watch and stuff. Gardner just, gritty. And if you've played sports and you weren't the most talented guy on your team and you had to work and do everything you could to get an edge, you really got to appreciate Brett Gardner, right? You don't have to like the team, and you don't even have to like him in ways, but gee whiz, don't criticize what he's accomplished with his ability, right? True grit, and no doubt the heart and soul of that Yankee team. I think the Yankees, obviously their bullpen is their strength. If you can get it to the 6th inning, 5th inning now even, they're going to be very hard to beat if you don't have a lead by then. So I think they have enough starting pitching. I think the guys they have just need to get hot for 2 weeks, 3 more weeks, essentially, for the championship series and the World Series. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series yet. I do think the Yankees are going to win this series. I do. I think they're going to surprise. I think, Tampa was able to accomplish against Houston. I think they don't want to get in the same position against this New York team, because I'll tell you that Severino, he has the capability of beating you twice. And so now they got to find a way to win 2 other games. And you know what? I'm going to say the Yankees in 5. I'm going to go Yankees in 5. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but there's something about New York. The Yankees they've always had the mystique. They've always had the ability to rise to the occasion when called upon. Yep, they don't win every time. Neither does Tom Brady and the Patriots. But for the most part, they get stuff done. And so, as much as it pains me to say this, I think the Yankees are going to pull this one out in 5 games. Could be wrong. Who knows? But they did look very stellar against Minnesota. And, you can't say anything about that because Minnesota won over 100 games, right? How they won 100, I have no idea, but they did. And so, New York knocked them out and stuff. So anyway, that's our take on the championship series. Begins tonight in St. Louis. Would love to see that first game because I think it's going to be good baseball on both sides of the championship series. I'll just have to wait until tomorrow to see my first glimpse of action in the championship series. So everybody have yourselves a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dukes Daily. If this is your first time to our channel, thank you so much for dropping in. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to keep you around for the ride. We appreciate our followers. We appreciate their comments. It's what makes our show go. And as far as what I'm doing here at Dukes Daily, it's just a thing I like to do myself. The boys come on once a week for the Sunday night sports guys. We are doing it on Tuesday nights. Maybe we need to look at having a different name for our thing, but I kind of like the logo. I like the logo. You know, T-Mac's son made that, and I think it's pretty catchy, and I think it would look good on a T-shirt. But we can't get the file for it. So anyway, trying to find somebody that might know how to draw that thing out, and see what happens with a T-shirt, ball cap. Who knows? So, all right, everybody, have yourself a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Not sure if we'll be back on Monday because it is a holiday here in Canada, but we'll see how the weekend goes. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy time with family and friends, because you know what? This side of the grass is the best place to be in your life. So everybody have a great one, and we will see you again next week. Bye for now.